Hello everyone, isn't this one overdue? Welcome, I'm Kinfin, and this is Let's Play Final Fantasy II Dinosaurs. I really don't know what to say right now. It's been a while. I've moved, I've done all sorts of things. But, you know what, let's ignore that. Let's ignore my huge hiatus and get onto this game. We have 4 characters. We have Furion, Maria, Guy, and Leon. These are the default names, so I will just be going with those. I'm just gonna have a little logo-y thing, I guess, in the screen to keep anyone from stealing my shit. Now, instead, let's get going with this game. A long-lived peace. Long-lived peace. In a world that was peaceful. But that piece is at its end. Oh! What is this? Fireballs? Yum! Wait, that's not good. Fire everywhere! The Emperor blah 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 has begun his campaign for world conquest. Conquest, you say? Madness! No, wait. Even worse than madness. Yes! I'm not gonna make that joke. I did that in Pokemon, and I'm not gonna make that joke. Or am I? I don't know. Maybe. Later. I don't know. Yeah, but I digress. All out assault on the Empire. Blah, 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 blah. I think I've gotten worse at reading story. Oh no. Left with no choice, the rebels withdrew to their remote town of Altair. That's right, folks. The assassin from Assassin's Creed 1 is where we're living at first. 4 years from Finn has also fled. They lost their parents at the hands of the Empire, but their escape was not over. That's right, folks. In fact, we get thrown right into a battle right off the fight and I'm gonna stop talking because I seem to be fucking up. Anyway, you start off with some decent equipment, actually. A broadsword and a buckler on Furion, which, I mean, you know, swords are swords, and I like swords. Maria is significantly less useful using the bow, which is a two-handed weapon, so you can only use one of them. Guy begins with an axe and no shield. Axes can be used with only one hand, so he should be using a shield, but okay. And this is interesting. Left-handed character, Leon, broadsword buckler. Character's handedness, I know there's a word for it, but I don't remember it, is actually a factor in this game. Yeah, we don't stand a chance in this fight. Maria is the only one who actually got to attack, and she missed because she sucks. A lot. Right now. We'll find use for it later. Upon being murdered, we find ourselves in this town being rescued by a mysterious Asian man. Maybe Indian. I don't know. I probably shouldn't be saying anything about race. Ever. Oh well. Hilda. Will he live? What? Minu. He is well, but I sense a strong life force within him. He sounds like Mario when I voice him like that. I'm not gonna do that. Besides, he's a white mage anyway. These characters are all very important, hence their headshots. I'm pretty sure characters who aren't important don't have headshots. But, that's beside the point, ain't it? Now, this game is really different from Final Fantasy I Dawn of Souls. To the point where this game is not harder, but it's a lot harder for newcomers to get into, if that makes any sense. Which it should. Plenty of games are like that. Maria! I don't know. Over yonder are Maria and Guy, who are up and at him already. And Furion is the only one who nearly died, apparently. Maybe they nearly died, but he took the longest to... I'm not sure. Don't ask. Yeah. Look at that line now. Princess, save us. In the J2E of the NES version, the guy is actually articulate. They decided to make him very inarticulate for this matchup anyway, and more so the translation. I don't know why they did that. I honestly think it was a bad decision. Anyway, I'm not in control of my movements right now, so the walking is happening entirely automatically. Strong life force? I have like less than 100 HP. That's not strong life force, it's me getting my ass handed to me. Well, actually, no, if I had my ass handed to me, I'd have higher HP in this game. I'm gonna have to explain that, and it's gonna be really annoying to everyone to have to understand it, but basically, have you guys ever seen a Rocky Balboa movie? Or any movie like that where the protagonist has to, you can learn phrases in this game, by the way. But any game where the protagonist has to say, blah blah blah, I can't speak to, like, they lose, and then they go off and they train for about 24 hours, montage style, and then they come back stronger than ever. I mean, it happens all the time in the Pokemon anime. Hell, if you play the Pokemon game, you probably know that feeling. But I digress, don't I? The point is, there's something a lot like that in this game, and that's the system that they chose to run with for this game. I honestly don't like it, but it doesn't make this a... I don't like you. Yes, yeah, right now that guy is already bothering me. Now, equipment. Equipment, you really need to be careful with, in a sense, because basically, well, let me explain in status. Each character has a level for skill with a certain type of weapon. Right now, you start off with everyone having level 1 in skill. This means that they suck with every weapon equally. However, shields also count as a weapon, for one, and barehandedness. As you use the weapon, you will get better with the weapon. It will level up to a maximum level of 8. At level 8, you are godly with the weapon. You can kick a lot of ass with that weapon type. It's your preferred weapon type at that point, unless you're using multiple of that weapon, which, wait, not multiple types of weapon. Blah, 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 blah. I can't talk ever. Sorry for my inarticulateness, but that is how I choose to communicate. Furion starts off with a sword. I'm not keeping a sword on him. Strangely enough, I'm not going to be using a sword on the main protagonist. Now, you can level up everything equally, as I previously mentioned, and a certain spell in the game later becomes stronger when you do that, provided they fix the bug. I'm not totally sure about this version about that bug, but leveling up everything on everyone to level 8 is the best thing you can do for that spell, provided it works. But that's going to take for fucking ever. So instead, I've decided that I'm going to be using a very particular weapon type for each character to suit both my needs in terms of items later in the game that have special abilities, as well as that facilitate the other key points of the characters, which I neglected to show off. Status, right. There we go. Strength, spirit, intelligence, stamina, ability, and magic. These stats will also go up as you play through the game and fight stuff. Most of them will go up, or so will your HP and MP, by the way. Most of them will just sort of go up as you go along, depending on how you fight, however. For example, Guy starts off with high strength and stamina. This means that it's preferable to actually equip Guy with a weapon and have him not learn any magic whatsoever. That's probably the best way of using Guy. Meanwhile, Maria starts off with an incredibly high intelligence. Intelligence is a stat that raises black magic. There is a difference, even though it's not said in-game. Black magic and white magic are different things, and you gotta have to figure out which is which on your own, pretty much, by using them and seeing what raises what. And that's pretty much all you can do. Furion starts off with, well, their spirit all starts the same, but since Maria's gonna be using black magic, We got Furion using white magic. And that's pretty much the way I'm going to do things. I'm not going to be using any form of two-handed weapon just because they suck and you can't use shields with them. Instead, I'm going to be using shields. A lot. Oh, I forgot to unequip stuff. Equipment. Equip, remove the sword, keep the... replace that with that and shield. Wait. I didn't take the bow off Maria. I will find use for the other weapon types aside from the bow, and that's pretty much it actually. Selling the bow. I guess I can keep this axe just in case for later. Anyway, Maria is going to be using staffs as her weapon type. I've chosen staffs mostly just because there are some really good ones that can cast powerful spells later in the game. Meanwhile, I'm going with spears on Furion. Now, for those of you who've seen H.C. Bailey's Let's Play of this game, yes, this is the same thing he did, and I realize it might seem like I'm stealing this from him, but keep in mind, these are basically just the best kinds of weapons that you can give to the character if you aren't going to be max grinding out every weapon type for everyone. So while it seems like I'm stealing from H.C. Bailey, really, he just set a really good example. That having been said, I'm going to be following his example in the other aspects of combat as well. I realize that you're probably saying, no, Kim's just doing H.C. Bailey's Let's Play, but in this version of the game. Yeah, well, screw you, alright? It's my commentary for one. I'm probably not going to remember the game nearly as well as he did, so I'm probably going to lose out on a bunch of items because of stuff happening that I don't want to spoil, because this game has a certain high number that's abnormally high for a game of this type of RPG. I don't want to say what the word is, but for those of you who are familiar with this game, you already know what I'm talking about. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then you probably never played this game before. I'm not trying to be a what? I didn't equip the shields. I'm a derp. You're gonna see me derping a lot in this game. I derp. I derp a lot. That's just how I am. Nothing I can do to change that. I'm a derp and derp fish. Born from the depths of derp college. I'm gonna stop talking. Well, I'm not gonna stop talking entirely. I don't have the money to purchase magic right now, but that's okay because I'm gonna be doing some training, and I'm mostly gonna be doing it off screen after I explain the Rocky Balboa system. So let's get into some basic combat with some basic enemies. We have Hornets and Leg Eaters. Both of them are very vanilla enemies that won't be doing crap to you. Now, to explain the Rocky Balboa system, assuming I can do this, if I were to kill all the enemies in one hit, which I can't actually because there's only 3 characters and I don't have any magic, but assuming I can kill them all, I probably won't actually be getting a whole lot for this fight. I get some money, maybe some item drops, that's it. However, look at Maria's HP. Kinda low, huh? I wonder, is there any way we can do anything about that? Let's have Maria hit herself in the face, maybe! Now let's wait for this combat to, well, be combat. There we go. And as you'll see, or not, it didn't happen that time because her HP didn't go low enough, apparently. But let's say it had gone lower than it did. In fact, let's make sure it goes lower than it did this time. Assuming she doesn't get killed as a result of this. I'm gonna be upset if she dies because I'm trying to raise her HP. I mean, it'll happen eventually, but half HP. Let's see. Furion's spear level increase, Furion's shield level increase, Maria's staff level, Maria's shield level, Guy's sword level, Guy's shield level. Okay, you see, they've been using swords and shields long enough for them to increase in their skill with them. That means that they'll be able to do more damage and more hits. Alright, goblins. There's no way I can screw this up. They have like, what, 3 HP? Except if Maria doesn't hit herself. Oh boy. Fortunately, this isn't like the original version of the game where if you did exceedingly well, your stats would go down. That was ridiculous, and it really made you not want to be ever using items in battle ever. It was stupid. And of course Maria killed herself. This is gonna be a fun Let's Play. Alright. I was gonna say Furion, you're the guinea pig now, but I decided to get quick. I'm gonna explain how to revive dead characters and use the in now, apparently. So, let's find the church, and you can hold the B button to run. I think you can actually do that in the Final Fantasy 1 Down Souls, but if I didn't, well, that's because I'm a derp. I derp. That's what I do. Talk to the statue, and any dead character, in this case Maria, will be brought back to life from beyond the beyond. Ow. My throat's been hurting me all day, but I still decided to do this. Yep, 1 HP. You know what? This is perfect, actually. 1 HP, this can't go wrong. Assuming she doesn't die in the process, which, now that I've said it's going to happen, but... Oh, no? No? Oh. Hello, thank you. Thank you, bee. Thank you for being a bee. If your enemy, or if your guys all target the same enemy and the one enemy dies, I'll just randomly choose another target. Okay, this has to work. Or not. Let's explain the inn. Inns appear at various points in the game, and as opposed to other Final Fantasy games, the inn's price is based on how much you need to be healed. In this case, Maria needs to have a little bit of HP healed, relatively speaking. Only 20 HP, so it's not that bad. So the inn was incredibly cheap. MP is going to cost you a lot of money to restore at the inn. I'm warning you of that right now, okay? Because trust me, magic is expensive. It's gonna happen a lot too. Magic is costly. It's a costly resource in the world of Final Fantasy. Okay, you know what? Okay, let's do this right this time. It's not Maria hitting herself, unfortunately. No, I could be having Furion and Guy defending, maybe? That might... No, I would wanna... Maria's HP increased. There we go. She did damage to herself. She got damaged, and so her HP went up from that fight. It doesn't happen every time, but there is sort of a number that's invisible going up every time such things happen. That having been said, and now that I've finally shown that off, I'm going to be grinding a bit in order to get some money. I'm just going to keep talking. And I'm going to be using the money to purchase spells, which will then be used for Furion and Maria's use. Not Guy's. Not having Guy lay his dirty, smelly, grimy hands on a book, a tome, to learn magic. By the way, shields increase your agility while you have them equipped, so that's why they're really useful. That being said, I'm gonna pause for now and see you guys soonish, I think. Okay, now if you were paying attention, you totally caught my lie, by the way. Hornets can poison you, but it's not as bad as you think, because there's 2 types of every stat element in the game, well, almost all of them. And poison has 2 types. Hornets inflict weaker poison. The weaker of 2 stat ailments, or 2 versions of the stat ailments, will wear off after a battle. Later on, we'll run into enemies that can poison you, and the poison stays on you outside of battle. That having been said, poison is, obviously, will slowly drain your health, and I'm just going to explain stat ailments as they come up, for the most part. As I probably should. Anyway, I'm going to be buying the Fire Tome, and the Cure Tome, and that's pretty much it. These tomes, you have to kind of be conservative with magic, because you can only equip so much magic on anyone. Fire Tome for Maria. She learns Spell. Cure Tome for Furion. She learns a Cure Spell. Use magic in battle. That's all I can say, is use magic in battle if you want your MP or your MP casting stats to go up. Having been said, I'm going to be doing a lot of off-screen training to get myself up to a par so that I can continue on with the game. So until next time, I have been your illustrious Kinfin. This has been Final Fantasy II Dawn of Souls. And I'm gonna stop talking because my throat hurts like hell. See you guys next time.